You are so horribly flawed as a human being, Chloe.
Check you out, Max. Ready for the runway. Go downstairs and show Joyce. She'll love it.
I don't even hate you at this point, I just pity you. I could put some music. Yeah, you know what, whatever. This is going to be an awkward interaction.
Oh my god, that smells so amazing. It's like when we were kids here.
I got a message from Kate! An actual message from Kate! Oh my goodness! Thank you for giving me advice. Yeah, please don't mention me. And thanks so much for talking to me this morning. I was about to have a serious cry. Max, thank you from my heart for reaching out to me on the roof. You're the only one who was there for me at school. The only one who truly cared. I have to believe you were sent to give me hope. You did so much more than that. My father is grateful as well. You'll always be in our prayers. Love and blessings, your friend Kate. Hey Kate, I'm so glad you're okay. I will visit as soon as I can, promise. This is genuinely touching. I'm so glad I could help. I'm so glad I could do something to make the world a better place, if only in the tiniest of bits. If for one person. But... Ah, this is the... Right, that's what you're wearing, that's why you're taking the picture now, that's why the checkerboard pattern is there, of course. Is it plaid? Does plaid have to have multiple... I don't know anymore. What do I even know at this point?
Check out Mad Max. Ready to fucking thrash. I'm so hardcore.
You know you're not, Max. You know you're not, by any stretch of the imagination.
You know,
and please don't be.
I haven't gone through a dyeing my hair blue phase yet. Maybe it's time.
No, Max, can you be one adult in the room, please?
Chloe has had this damn dirty pirate towel since we were kids. Serious flashback. Chloe never used to care when I borrowed her toothbrush.
Isn't that a little unhygienic?
Feels so good to wash my face after all that chlorine. And hiding.
You can always rewind and you'll be You can rewind and you'll be refreshed.
What's ironic is I always hated it when Chloe used my toothbrush.
And yet, here you are. Behold! You can use your powers, and your teeth will remain brushed. Who cares about entropy? Well, better than that.
Nobody in this town has a fucking clue as to what's happening. Or do they?
Actually, are we actually beating entropy? Because that only happens if there is no other cost to be paid. If you don't take energy from another source.
For everybody else in the neighborhood, it's just another morning.
For all I know, there is some price that we're paying. First law of alchemy and all that.
I better not go in there. David might be in bed. Ew.
Fair enough. Alright, let's just head downstairs. There's nothing more for me here. And as far as photos are concerned, we have taken another one. This is the one. Next up, bird, camera. And then the photo is going to be interesting. Good morning. Hello, Joyce. What do we have here? What can I see?
This might be the one time these people are right.
The end is now! Are you still ignoring his warnings? Did you feel the snow? Witness the eclipse? Seen the dying animals? The signs are upon you. Arcadia Bay is the final battleground for Pazuzu. Isaiah 66, 15-16. For behold, the Lord will come in fire, and his chariots like the whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. As opposed to flames of what? For the Lord will execute judgment by fire. Save your soul today. Repent. Join the Church of Final Revelations this month and get free dispensation from hell. Watch us on Arcadia Bay Public Access Channel 40. Contact Pastor Cruz at cflproductions.oh. Thanks. Can't get out. Can't leave. Yes. 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 Got it. Can I just walk past without saying hello to Joyce? What's on the answering machine? Look.
Looks like a message.
Play the message. And then rewind.
David, this is Officer Korn. Just want to let you know your stepdaughter's car was identified near the Blackwell campus last night, around the time of the break-ins.
What?
Give me a call soon.
Are you in trouble again, Chloe? Don't you sleep?
Okay. I can erase that bit of info, but will that help to any extent? That'll just not inform David Madsen of the situation. And of course, if David Madsen gets informed, he'll possibly take it out on Chloe. Rightfully so, right? Because ultimately, yeah, look, we've used our powers, and guess what? There was enough evidence on the scene to ultimately identify Chloe as being the one behind it. Well, not necessarily completely conclusively, but you know, that's the case. If we erase this bit of evidence, then at some point, David Madsen might just get blindsided by this entire situation. Is that the way to go? Is it? I understand that I'm supposed to be, or have at least taken on the mantle, the role of Chloe Price's guardian angel, but is this a part of the deal? I can do this for her. Should I do this for her? And will this actually make matters better or worse? I'm tempted to erase the message anyway. It'll be... I don't think anything good can come of it. And this will not be traced back to me, so I might as well. Fine.
Message deleted.
Goodbye, message. I think Chloe has earned a break from all this bullshit.
I kinda don't. But... am I being selfish over here? Am I only doing this because I know that this can ultimately be traced back to me, and I would rather not, because that poses a threat to my privacy and my secret powers?
Beer this early around here.
If you had to take a guess.
Oh man, I don't want to be famous for this.
Flash snow and freak eclipse. Apocalypse soon? Yes. Superheroine saves suicidal Blackwell student. What do you want to be famous for, Maxine? What do you want to be famous for? Do you want to be famous? Or do you just want to stay on the down low? Can we get an out without being spotted? What on earth am I supposed to find? The bird, presumably. Is that the bird I've killed inadvertently?
Oh, dead bird. Poor thing.
That's the one I could have saved, isn't it? From the window up there. I believe it got stuck. Well, I hope David Madsen with his cameras won't spot me teleporting around. What?
I wonder how these birds died.
That is indeed a good question. What is happening to the birds?
3 dead birds lined up? That's fucking ominous.
Seriously, what happened here? Now, presumably, it's not something occult. Presumably, there's a mundane explanation. They just ate something and died, but...
Sitting in a swing always feels so comforting.
Alright. Have a swing, we'll rewind.
I remember when Chloe and me would take turns in the swing.
Okay.
We would push each other so hard we'd fly way up in the air. Chloe always wanted to swing all the way around. I always got scared and would jump off before I flew off.
Good. Because you're risk averse,
And
like me.
Chloe is still trying to get high.
Always is. Because she's got a borderline personality disorder? You know, not to wrap everything in neat medical terms. She might just have a personality. But yeah, we can put things in words, although of course it's much more useful to just look at the big picture and all the facts that we have, rather than have these pithy summaries. I feel pithy. No clue. That is indeed a good question. Pithy, I think. Makes more sense, sounds better. I don't know. I thought I would take the bird pic outside. Made perfect sense to me. Is it out there? Should be a bird sitting on something, a log? What? Let's get out there again and try to find it. With all the birds dead, that might just be an impossibility. Can't snap a pic of a bird if the bird... Of course you can. I mean, I can snap a pic of a bird if the bird is dead. It's just not the same. And that's not the pic we need. So let's get the hell out of there. What can I open the window? Yeah, swing past the swinging. No! Wait! Have I actually deleted the message? Nope.
Message deleted. Goodbye, message. I think Chloe has earned a break from all this bullshit.
See, I need to pay attention because otherwise I might just swing past stuff that I have altered and well, the consequences might be dire.
I keep expecting to see the sky turn red.
Will this make a difference? I don't know anymore.
Wowzer. Chloe still eats the same cereal. So do I. I love that they still have the same refrigerator.
Yeah, because they can't afford a new one, possibly.
Joyce looks so different in her street clothes.
Good morning, Joyce.
Rachel, I mean Max. Oh, you startled me. Well, you fit those clothes well. Thank God you're not a hellraiser like her or Chloe.
Oh.
Tell me exactly what you want to chow on.
Anything would be nice. Pancakes, eggs and bacon. I would like pancakes.
I'm dying for some of your famous pancakes.
I thought you would have missed those. Ah, you ate more than William, and he loved them.
I remember. We would race each other to grab them from the stack.
So this time, you can help me with the ingredients. I need you to grab me the eggs and milk.
That's going to be
Eggs and milk? No problemo.
reasonably easy. Don't drop them, please.
The eggs always come first, as Joyce used to say.
Right, and grab some milk from the fridge, presumably. Right? Or do you have these bizarre milk derivatives? No, the milk is here.
Now for the mother's milk.
Well, that was an easy quest, wasn't it?
Joyce looks so different in her street clothes.
Never mind. Listen, I could keep these items and deliver them to Joyce before she asks me. But that would be a petty and silly use of my powers, wouldn't it? It would still be hilarious. Oh, what do you want? Here, eggs and milk. Let's make pancakes. What? Good morning. No. Ingredients.
Thanks. After all these years and everything that's happened, it's great to see you and Chloe together again. She hasn't had a good friend since you or Rachel. Oh, those clothes remind me so much of her. Such a sweet girl.
Can you tell me about Rachel Amber?
I'm just hoping she's living large in LA.
I think she's
I'd love
dead.
to think that too, Joyce. But
We're on the same page, Max. I keep hoping that Rachel will show up or even send a message to Chloe from Hollywood. Or wherever she is.
Rachel's presumably in trouble. Was Rachel mad at Chloe? Is Rachel okay? As we're making pancakes, we're having this conversation. What should I say? What should I presumably should try every single one of those options. Rachel in trouble.
I hate to even think this, much less say it out loud, but I think Rachel is in serious trouble.
I know. I watch those awful true crime shows, and it makes me ill if I think about Rachel ending up on one.
Yeah.
So I don't think too much.
I see why Chloe is so obsessed with finding her.
Max Caulfield, are you actually jealous of Rachel?
That is a good question, Max. Are you? Let's say that we're not. But isn't she though?
What? No way. I know I was selfish when I left. I'm glad Chloe found a better friend.
No, just a different one. Last time I saw you and Chloe in your pirate outfits, I knew she would never find a better friend. I just wish you could have stopped Chloe from getting busted by David for that joint.
Oh, come on!
But it seems like Chloe and me were pirates 1,000 years ago.
And that makes me what, a century old? You're only 18, Max. Oh, youth. If only I could go back.
It's not all that, Joyce.
Voila, a breakfast fit for us queens. And a king. Go sit at the table.
Rewind to have a different conversation. Oh!
Go on, grab a seat, Max. I'm almost done whipping up this amazing breakfast.
And it's one of those circumstances where you just don't get to rewind to make the conversation go another way. And there was no warning that this would happen. At all. Why would there be? Even though my body smelled like I had been doused in chlorine, it was so nice to crash in Chloe's room for the first time in 5 years and wake up next to her like our old sleepovers. For some reason it reminded me of the time we were going to TP one of the neighbors' houses, and we even snuck out but got chicken and ran back home, laughing all the way. I remember waking up the next day and Joyce was making one of her delish breakfasts downstairs. And Chloe smiled at me like we were in the most secret club in the world, at least Arcadia Bay. We were pirates, damn it. After academic espionage last night, I felt the same way. It's just that now the stakes are much higher and much more dangerous. I even ended up in some of Rachel Amber's clothes since mine were trashed. A band tee and ripped jeans. So not me. But I haven't found my style yet, so why not have some fun experimenting with a new outfit? Speaking of experiments, Chloe dared me to kiss her. I would have, but I didn't like being dared like it was some big deal. Maybe I am scared. Of what? I think I'm too young for marriage, and Chloe and I might kill each other. Got that right. Besides, I think Chloe sees Rachel Amber in her future. And that sounds fair. That's a very sensible conclusion. If Rachel Amber is out there and alive, they might end up together, fair enough. I don't think Maxine makes too much sense as a partner for Chloe. Though I don't know. What do I know?
Joyce looks so different in her street clothes.
Is there anything else I can do? Anything I can explore? Anything I can find? And where I can go? Anything. Come on, anything. Could hypothetically go upstairs and... yes. And hypothetically talk to Chloe.
Oh, jeez. Can you help me get this bird out of here?
What bird?
Go on, grab a seat, Max. I'm almost done whipping up this amazing breakfast.
Hold on. No! I presumably shouldn't. The bird should fly in. And when the bird flies in, I need to take a picture. And then I can, hypothetically... rewind. Come on, birdie. Come to Maxine. Here, birdie, birdie. Well, what about the bird then? Nothing much seems to have happened. Ah, how unfortunate. Well, do I go upstairs? Or do I just sit down? I'm tempted to go upstairs. Presumably I won't be able to go anywhere and accomplish anything, but hey, I could go upstairs. Yeah, and then I can't go upstairs. Well, that simplifies the situation significantly, doesn't it? Alright, let's sit down. Thoughts coursing through my head. Rachel Amber, a drug mule. And the connection between Nathan Prescott on one hand and on the other...
Oh man, I don't want to be famous for this.
And on the other, David Madsen, I don't know anymore.
I guess nobody waters the plant here.
Peanut butter.
Thank you so much, Joyce. I'm never leaving this table.
I'm glad that's creamy and not crunchy.
Yes, the two kinds of peanut butter. Why would I rewind?
Thank you so much, Joyce. I'm never leaving this table.
Good, you can clean.
Not a problem. Look.
Now that's what I call pancakes.
What do you want to use? The plant, the newspaper, or peanut butter? Just eat this. You can gain infinite weight, hypothetically, because you retain the effect, and then you can rewind, and the pancakes will be back. I don't think that's... if we wanted to bulk up... yes, hypo... What am I waiting for? Can look at the newspaper, etc. Yes.
Seeing you again, made me remember so much.
Oh.
I know these photos don't measure up to your work, Max.
Oh, please.
My favorite photographers probably take pictures similar to yours. You make David happy, Joyce.
He wants us all to be happy, Max. He's just not great at showing it.
I can believe that, but of course there are the possibilities.
I don't think I can rock this outfit like Rachel.
You have your own cool style.
Does she now? It's always just Rachel Amber.
I totally remember that day.
I'm glad. William took this picture with his instant camera. Oh, it was the last picture he ever took.
Oh.
He had his car out right after this, and...
I
What?
know, Joyce. I'm sorry.
I wish I could turn back time far
I
enough.
didn't show you this to be morbid. In fact, I want you to have this. This was when my baby was so full of life and light. She was hopeful, positive. Everything she's not today. And this was the last time I ever saw Chloe truly happy.
I wish she actually was happy, you know.
Did you guys have a bonding session about how fucked up I am?
It's
Yes,
not always
basically.
about you.
Chloe, please. It's too early to start picking a fight. Eat instead.
I'll keep the warden busy while you go peek in the garage.
Now stop whispering, or I'll know you're talking about me.
Stop being so nosy, Mother. Jeez, I can't do anything around here without everybody getting up in my shit.
No one can even joke with you, Chloe. You fly off the handle like that.
Excuse me. I have to use the bathroom.
She is just...
Sure, run off and pee when you should back me up.
Now who's being paranoid? Just listen to yourself.
Nobody else does.
She is just being a distraction, I know that. But at the same time, she's not behaving in a particularly unnatural way, so to speak. This is not artificial, this is who she is, and this is how she behaves. Which I find quite unflattering, to say the least.
I do need to get into David's computer. He's gotta be hiding shit.
That's great, but he might be the only person to actually be security-minded and might actually have a password. Now, presumably that password will be easy to figure out. But, might just not be stupid enough to have a post-it note with the password plastered, though.
I bet David has all of his surveillance secrets in his laptop.
Yes, but the files are up there and we've never actually looked them up.
No shit, it needs a password. How about step douche? Try again. I need more clues.
How about Chloe?
I bet David has all of his surveillance secrets in his lap. You still need the password, Max the hacker. Keep searching.
No, we can just head out. Okay, what about this then?
Looks like David has read this a lot. What did he learn?
Coming Back Home, a veteran's guide. Yes, and we get that he's struggling, unsurprisingly. Of course he is.
I could try the license number for the password.
That would be particularly stupid, but hey. Oh, don't tell me I have to write this down. Not that I would necessarily mind. It's bound to be something sentimental, as far as I can tell. It's bound to be something that will make Maxine go, oh, hold on. I didn't expect him to care, but apparently he does. But what do I know? What do I know? Was Rachel Amber actually a mule? A drug mule, I mean? Was Madsen right alongside Prescott Jr.? I don't know. I just don't know, people. You have information you can use. Yes, presumably useless.
Maybe this ID number might work.
That's okay. You'll make me type all of this up, won't you? Or will you just present options? 45 000 55 212. You've acquired information.
There's no way Chloe can put that gun back now.
You know, as long as she's left plenty of fingerprints, but she could, hypothetically, just leave it in the garage. Yes, at which point it will be obvious that she was the one to steal it, because who else would get it here?
Naturally, David would buy a heavy-duty military padlock.
Isn't this a classic case of what people not so subtly refer to as bitch-eating crackers? What exactly makes you hate David about buying a padlock? Come on, Maxine, you're being unreasonable here.
I can even see the combination. That might be a useful password.
All you know, that padlock may need to be opened at some other point in time, which will come in handy. You have acquired useful information. Again. I presumably have to rewind all of this. Not to leave fingerprints anywhere.
Nothing in it.
Right? Nothing of use there. I mean, I know what's over there. How about here?
Nothing to see here.
Aww.
Maybe I could try stepdad for the password.
Happy sweet 18. Chloe, I'm so happy you were born today. Thanks for bringing me into the family. Love, stepdad. I don't know the answer. It's not like I rewound time on you. But my bet, if I were a betting man, would be that this is it. Why? Because he actually genuinely cares and doesn't know how to show it.
David has been dragging his head around since 2001?
You'd presumably be dragging your old photos too. I'm going to be made to look like such a fool if the password is actually 2001. But it is certainly a possibility. Oh my goodness, we can investigate basically everything. This is ludicrous.
Joyce
What?
might as well have wrote, "Let's get married."
It was an honor having you in the diner. Nice to know that gentlemen still exist. Love to talk again with you soon. By the way, the name is Joyce, if you forgot.
It might be a useful password.
What, this? Okay, tell you what, sentimental. And unrelated to his stepdaughter. Which we might not necessarily like that much, but he's essentially been saddled with a bit of baggage in the form of Chloe, so he might... Obviously, he might have significantly warmer feelings towards Joyce. Because Joyce is the one he actually got to choose. With, obviously, Chloe just being
Now
the
car looks
unwanted
ready to
stepchild.
roll. This is a better hobby for David than surveillance.
I don't know. With the surveillance, he's trying to keep people safe.
Even David Madsen might be an angel to somebody else.
I know. Once again, this isn't... What, another possibility angel? Guardian angel.
That's cute. Could be a password here.
To a real-life hero. 607 Survey Company. If you give me a freeform keyboard to type all of these things up, I'm going to be sorely disappointed. I could open this, I know, well, what is it now?
Cute. Can't picture David driving Joyce around with this on the car. Obviously, David's parents care about him. That date might be a good password.
You've said that about basically everything you have ever seen here. Oh, how many options will I be presented with over here? This is ludicrous. Anything and everything could be a password. But of course, if proper procedures are maintained, then that password is just going to be random numbers, symbols, and letters that you cannot possibly crack. And it's going to be in a password manager something. Who am I kidding? Personal army family. Family. Try stepdad.
Magic 8-Ball says no.
Well, on the bright side, I am not a betting man. All right. When he met Joyce.
Score! Max the hacker strikes again.
Loves his
Whoa,
wife.
Spoiler alert. Rachel definitely hooked up with Frank. But why does David care?
What do you mean, why does David care? She was accused of being a drug mule, was involved in a relationship with the drug dealer, and then mysteriously disappeared, and what we did see was her bracelet on the drug dealer's wrist, which doesn't mean that he killed her. But it does mean that we can extract some information off of that guy. He might have been the last person to see her, which makes him a prime suspect. Doesn't mean he did it, but could be a lead to follow up on. Rachel has been cutting class all week. Rachel and Frank meet once again. Katie Bay police report. Rachel avoids her dormitory. Followed Rachel to lighthouse. I've told you people. Have I told you? The lighthouse! The lighthouse! Followed Rachel to the lighthouse. What did you see? What did you see there, Rachel? What is it about that blasted lighthouse? What led you there? Why would you go? KDB Police Report, case number 678. Reporting Officer Anderson Berry. Incident report. Rachel Amber, 18, was picked up at 2:35 p.m. at the Blackwell Academy for possession of a controlled substance. This was reported by David Madsen, head of campus security, who witnessed her trying to hide or secure a suspicious medical bag. This officer was called in to question Miss Amber, who responded with threats and denials. Now I'm just contemplating whether that was planted on her, because that is definitely a possibility. But her meeting up with the drug dealer seems to suggest that possibly not. Quite possibly not. Her bag was found to contain various illegal pharmaceuticals. See attached page for full details. There's a number of possibilities here that she's saying the truth or she's not, but all signs seem to point towards it being true and her having something to do with drugs. I'm not certain, but most of those signs are intertwined themselves, so they're not independent reports. Thus, I shouldn't rely on them that much, but then again, this is damning. Her with the drug dealer? What other conclusions can you draw?
Instead of stalking Kate, David could have helped her.
Kate M follows same path to every class. Overheard Kate and Dana W talking about supplies for Vortex Club party. Drugs? No. Watched Kate with her church group. She knows her Bible. Kate stays in the bathroom longer than her students. Drugs? No, you... Saw Kate helping Jefferson after class. Don't trust grown men with goatees. I mean, words to live by, but... Kate has kept to herself since Vortex Club party. Not even church. Drugs? Yes, for once, yes, drugs. Yes, yes, Madsen, drugs. Tried to talk to Kate about the party. She got upset and ran. Guilty. He's trying to keep kids off drugs. Laudable, but yeah, and it's failing at every single. But in this particular case, obviously that. I understand the intention, I understand the intuition, but no, this is wrong. This reasoning is all wrong. This is jumping to conclusions. I hate people jumping to conclusions.
This is so wrong. Oh, creepy bastard.
Max online aliases. Oh, Noir Angel, huh? Oh. Hello, what have we here? School schedule. Well, yeah, that is indeed pretty creepy. Oh, Max. This does not bode well. This is almost as if it said, you're next. Because here's Rachel, who's disappeared. Here's Kate, who almost killed herself. And here's Max. But I genuinely believe this guy is trying to help. He's just incompetent. Traumatized. We've been through this. I don't need to tell you this.
I better tell Chloe about this now. It's just one more thing to make her sad. And mad.
I'm sorry. Don't leave the computer unlocked. That would just be horrible. No login attempts. No failed ones, no proper ones. Yeah, let's go through this though rather than the other one, so as not to be spotted all that easily. Left mouse button to leave Chloe's house. I could just leave without talking to her. Is that a good idea? That would presumably end poorly. Let's not do that. Oh goodness, what happened? What did you do this time, Miss Price? What is it? You know, maybe leaving immediately
Nice
was...
breakfast.
David,
Wasn't such a bad idea.
already?
I have to take a nap after writing up vandalism reports last night.
What happened?
Some little shit-ass punks broke into the swimming pool. This is what happens at these PC bullshit colleges. Entitled students taking over the campus.
He's not wrong.
Do you know for sure it was Blackwell students?
Who else would do it? And I'm gonna bust them.
Student busters. Hello.
Figures you'd be here. Is that your Rachel Amber Halloween costume?
You know more about her than me.
No. You and Chloe think you know more than anybody. Like all teenagers.
Leave Max alone, David. Stop threatening students.
He threatens them with surveillance cameras, so he can spy on everybody. Like he spies on all of us here.
Don't start, Chloe. Not now.
Yeah, I'm just always starting shit, right? You're a total paranoid, David.
Not now, Chloe.
You used to call me a loser for getting kicked out of Blackwell. So who's the loser now, David? Who haven't you accused or harassed? Between your investigations into Rachel and Kate, what have you done besides get in trouble?
That's a good point. Oh, hell no! I didn't expect to get this option, and quite frankly, it's tempting as hell. A good question indeed. What has he exactly accomplished? Look, I've just seen the files. I understand what he's... I hate this for a variety of reasons. Most of all, I hate this because I understand that if I decide to side with David, that's going to end poorly for me from a social perspective, which has never stopped me before. Look at me, considering the social implications of my own actions. I hate this. I hate this thoroughly. Especially since I don't know exactly what Maxine is gonna say if I pick each of the options. Which seems to suggest, Weston, you should just pick some option, then check the other one, rewind, and decide which you like best. It makes perfect logical sense, doesn't it? And yet... I struggle because, I am fundamentally torn over here. I have mentioned numerous times, I have already mentioned so many times that I've mentioned that I presumably shouldn't mention, that I understand David's intentions over here as being pretty good. With that being said, his snooping is reasonably creepy, but with that being said, what am I doing exactly? I am snooping, except I don't have the authority to do that. So, if I am to accuse him of invading other people's privacy, that is the height of hypocrisy, and I should presumably keep that in mind all the time. That's all I have been doing the entire game. Which is understandable to an extent. This is an adventure game. I do check every single thing I can get my hands on, and since I have my magical powers, I can just rewind time and no one will ever know I went to someone's room, I went through someone's garbage, I read someone's messages on the internet, emails, private correspondence, checked out people's magazines, dug in everyone's bags. What haven't I done? Seriously, what haven't I done? What exactly is the line that I haven't crossed because I felt like that would be too much of an invasion of privacy? And because I figured I didn't have the right to access that bit of information. Not because I couldn't get away with it. I think I've invaded absolutely everyone's privacy. I just happen to have magic on my side. So, as much as I may hate David, and hey, he's over here. He's older than me, there's Maxine. He's a man. He's so easy to hate, isn't he? Because he's got his attitude, and he's got his anger, and he's got his PTSD. So clearly he's the bad guy in all of this, and I'm a saint. Because I'm doing this for a good cause, and he's also doing this for a good cause. Well, my methods are, and his methods are. Are we really that different? Oh, that's right. That one time I didn't actually slap Chloe, so that makes it all fine, right? That makes him the bad guy and me the good guy. Or girl. Nonsense. That's the worst part. It's not that he's so unilaterally wrong in all of this. No. It would be the height of hypocrisy to say that. But obviously, if I side with David, here's my damn best friend who is going to get chewed out based on that. And who's going to resent me, possibly for the rest of the game, possibly for the rest of our existence based on that, because that certainly doesn't help our relationship, which is fairly crucial. But am I just to side with Chloe over here? That's the most predictable thing imaginable. Oh wait, you're siding with your best friend over here because you think she's so right about everything? What a mind-blowing surprise! I'm tempted to say that if this is to be the end of me, if this is to be permanent, if this is to be completely impossible to revert, I'm tempted to side with David. But is it because I hate Chloe so much? Because I kind of don't. And I certainly don't particularly like David. So what am I even doing? Well, maybe I'm just picking the counterintuitive choice because of... because of the rebel I am. Because of how much of a contrarian I am. But that is indeed a good point. I will presumably just check all the options and rewind. All the options, both the options. And if I don't get the opportunity to rewind, you know what? Then so be it. Oh, I am going to love so much as I keep on getting ragged on for the rest of time by Chloe for siding with David. It's not too late. I can always pick the other option. Yeah, this is gonna hurt, and I have enough reason to believe that this is wrong. He is invading people's, yes, but I've just gone through why I have no high ground here whatsoever. He invades people's privacy. I have just accessed his private laptop, dug through everything and anything. Hell, I've checked literally every single document I could get my hands on in his garage. Okay? I've been in the bedroom, I've been everywhere. I don't get to keep a high ground over here, a moral high ground of any sort whatsoever. But I don't think anyone here is mature enough to actually, well... I'm doing this.
Listen! We don't know that David did anything, and nobody has any proof against him. As far as we know, it's Nathan Prescott who's the real threat so far. I would cut David slack here.
Oh, would you? How generous, King Max. So suddenly it doesn't matter how shady David has been acting, or that he keeps all those weird files on your classmates, or how you're always going off on how creepy David
Enough!
is.
I don't want anybody being accused of anything. There's been too much of that crap going on around here lately, and I don't want it in my home today.
Well, I agree with that. Now, if you all don't mind, I'd like to forget about work and sit down and eat some of this incredible grub.
I have to take a dump. Are you coming, Max?
You can rewind, can't you?
Maybe I went too easy on David for Joyce's sake.
Oh, for Joyce's sake. No, this lady is just wrong. Oh, you're going to mope about now. If I talk to you, will you now? Okay, let's get a debrief. What is it?
Thanks for letting me down again, Max. Why can't you just rewind so I don't have to see you defending that asshole?
Okay. I'm going to rewind, smartass. Here's the problem, Chloe. I believe what I've said. And that was a very mild statement by Maxine. We don't know that this guy is responsible for all the evil that has befallen Blackwell. I think that much is incontrovertible.
Do you know?
Don't.
And guess what? Piling on all the blame on him just because Chloe here has an agenda and just hates the guy because he's her stepdad. That's not particularly fair now, is it? I think ultimately, in the end, I am going to side with David, believe it or not. What does siding with Chloe involve?
You're a bully, David. I saw you harass Kate Marsh when she was going through hell. You could have totally helped her. Everybody at Blackwell is a suspect to you, except for Nathan Prescott. That's why the students and faculty don't like you. You even hit your stepdaughter. I do respect your service, but you don't respect anybody.
Chloe was doing drugs. That's illegal.
Oh,
So
please.
is spying on people in your family and at your work.
And what do you do,
Why
Maxine?
do you have photos of Kate Marsh and Rachel Amber in your files anyway?
Dude.
Is this true, Max? Yes, David. Why do you have these files at all? I find this very disturbing.
I do not have to take this kind of interrogation. Not from you punks.
Maybe you should calm down.
Oh, you're turning on me now, huh? Of course. Women always stick together. Well, screw you.
David, you better go to a hotel until we figure this out.
You can't kick me out of my own home.
It's my home, David, paid for and in my name. You know the law, right?
Oh, I thought I knew a lot of things. Like when I'm outflanked.
Have a nice day.
Chloe, for once, just please shut up.
Yes, please shut up for once. The
I
last...
hope Joyce doesn't hate me for tearing into David.
Oh! Right. Well, of course I get the option to not only reveal that I have been through his files, which isn't particularly great, because how did I get there? The hypocrite, the utter hypocrite. But on the other hand, I get to entirely dismantle their relationship and destroy the bit of normalcy that Joyce had to rely on for the time being. Ah, what a saint I am. But all the same, guess what? I have learned a decent bit by observing their reaction over here. Because guess what? If I do tell into David over here, if I do side with David, I don't really get that much enthusiasm out of him. But the worst part is that if I go for this option, he doesn't handle it gracefully. But what surprise is that? I would be willing to let it slide if, yes, if he could possibly handle the situation gracefully, somehow back up his actions with, you know, anything. If he was apologetic, I don't expect contrition necessarily, but a somewhat calmer attitude of, listen, I do have a point here. I understand how this looks and you may not like it, but I'm doing this, yada, yada, yada. I would appreciate a calm and rational attitude about things over here, but that's not what I got. So in the end, I think I'll stick with this. Might be for the best, and hey, I am quite convinced that Chloe is going to appreciate that. Although, I think it might be easier on Chloe if she stays the hell away from David Madsen. If these people are no longer together, it would be reasonably nice. I don't think that's gonna fix her though, because I think her problems run significantly deeper than that. It's not that the tension, the problems with her stepfather are just causing all of this. No, but presumably if you were to ask Chloe, she would presumably pile up all the blame on David. But that's not the truth. At the very least, that's not the whole truth. It's not helping, though. So if we remove this single stressor off of the equation, then maybe, just maybe, Chloe Price is going to have a snowball's chance in hell of actually turning out all right. And why am I saying all of this? Well, in case I haven't made that clear, abundantly clear before, you can always observe the interactions she's got with Joyce. She doesn't have that much of a reason to be antagonistic towards Joyce now, does she? And yet, at the same time, she nevertheless butts heads with her completely unnecessarily. Even though Joyce doesn't really exhibit any particular sort of hostility. But hey, what does Chloe do in those sorts of circumstances? What does she do? She does the exact same sort of thing she does when interacting with basically, well, everyone. Or the same thing she does when interacting with David. Now, David is being harsh towards her. Sure, she's being fairly authoritarian, etc. And she's being tough. Okay, well, Joyce then is trying to be reasonably soft, says hello to her, and what does Chloe do? She's tough in response. And since Joyce doesn't particularly want conflict, well, Chloe kinda walks all over her, or at least tries. Because she's not a particularly nice person. And I guess you could argue, oh hey, maybe William was nice, maybe she was a daddy's girl, so I guess she might have had a positive relationship with one parent. And now she doesn't have a positive relationship with her stepfather, with her biological mother, with basically anyone in the world. Possibly with the exception of Maxine. And Rachel Amber, who's missing. I think I'll stick with this. I think I'll refuse to rewind. Logos, help me.